Very good. All right. Hey, Camila, this is my first video blog. I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna write, I'm still gonna post pictures, but I feel like it's easier to say what I want to say through video. Um, Maybe I should keep a list of things that I'm going to talk about because I do happen to have very bad ADHD, so I tend to be really scatterbrained and talk about everything all at once, even though it doesn't really have a real connection that other people tend to see. Anyway, so on Sunday it will be my 1 month mark in Spain. Actually, in Spain, today is the 1 month mark of being with the program and getting ready to depart from Boston, going to Spain. Um, There are a lot of differences. I think more differences than similarities. I don't know, I don't mind. I think it's really awesome. I'm really happy to be in Spain. It's an awesome opportunity. Um, yeah. Anyway, my first week here was amazing. I came right around the same time that I guess there's this conflict going on between this area called Catalunya, which is basically Barcelona, where the people happen to speak Catalan, which isn't Spanish. They speak both, but they consider themselves separated from the rest of Europe. Um, so I guess there's this whole debate and kind of liberation movement where they want to be separated and like be their own independent area separated from Spain. Um, so that happened like the day before I came, or like a few days before I actually came and stayed with my host family. Um, and then like right after that, there was 3 days of like just straight up partying, which was actually really cool. There were different areas of Spain, of Barcelona, that had different artists, like Spanish artists, American artists, different genres of music. It was basically like one giant party everywhere. And I mean, everyone went to at least one of the nights, one of the days, one of the events to experience that. And I was lucky enough to make friends fairly quickly while I was here, and I think it was like maybe my third day actually in school, and I made this friend who introduced me to like their group of friends, and they were like, "Hey, why don't you just come with us and we'll go have a party?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, a party." So I thought it was going to be like a small gathering of people, like a house party. But no, she meant like let's go to Barcelona at midnight and like basically I hang out with the locals. So I mean, it's normal to them, but to me I was like, "Oh my god, it's like 4 in the morning. We're still out. Oh my god, this is crazy." But they were just like, "It's whatever." I mean, the metros were open all night. They didn't close, and yeah, it was insane, and the music was really good. We went to like the younger part where it was all like techno music and dance, and I don't know, I liked it a lot. It was awesome. And it was free, so that was a plus. I enjoyed that a lot. Um, what else? What else can I talk about? School, right? One thing is that I go to a private school. It's not a religious private school. It's not like a fancy private school, but I guess it's generally nicer than the others in the area or in Barcelona. What I think is crazy is that I need to pay for the books. I put in an order for which books I need because I don't need all of them, because like my English books, I don't need them. I mean, I know the language and the classes so the kids can learn the language. It's like in the States when we have Spanish class or French or Latin, it's to learn the language. So, I mean, I don't take that class. I don't consider it obligatory, and neither does the school. I mean, they say you can do whatever. You can go to the computer lab, you can sit around, you can read a book, you can work on your other homework, you can listen to music, you can do whatever. So, I mean, I do like going to that class, though. I think it's really interesting to see how all the other kids like pick up the English words, how they pronounce the words, how they do their homework. a lot of it is grammatical stuff because then there's another class in the afternoon on I think Thursdays where they read a book in English and they listen to it through audio. And it's really cool to see how like the teacher corrects them, like, oh, you didn't pronounce that right, or like you pronounced that really well, but here's one thing that you did wrong. I don't know, I think it's interesting. And the way that they learn it, it's like they break it down like we do for language classes in the States. I mean, like they have present, perfect, future, past. I don't know. I find that so like, I don't know, it's weird, but at the same time, it's really eye-opening to me. So yeah. Um, I'm in the math and sciences track in school, so that means that I take like chemistry, physics, philosophy. Um, the math is like just a general math class, but they have like pre-calc, algebra, geometry. I would have to say a lot of it is algebra though, like algebra 2, which I already took um, freshman year. I'm a junior right now, so I mean, I guess it's good review because I don't remember any of it. Plus, it's all in Spanish. One thing that I still constantly struggle with is like for numbers that like I don't remember the word for it, but I mean like 1.5 when it's 1.5 instead of using a point, like little dot, they use like a comma or an apostrophe. And then sometimes and it's a comma and they have like three numbers following. I'm like, oh, it's like 3,479. When really it's like 3.749. So I don't know. That's one thing that is weird to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm with my host family. I mean, right now my parents are working. Um, my host sisters, they already came and left because I guess they're going to sleep with a family friend this weekend. Um, Tonight is Friday though, so it's Friday, October 11th, and I have plans to go to the discoteca with my friends. I have a choice of who I go with because I guess there's two different discotecas. There's Carpa and Titos. I don't know what either of those mean, but I'm guessing they're just names for the place. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't been with either of the groups before, like separated. I've been with the huge group, but I haven't been separated, like had to choose which ones I would prefer. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, it's weird. One thing I think is weird is the weather change here because like just last weekend it was all sunny and really warm and nice, and right now the sky is gray. That's what I keep looking at. The sky is gray. It's kind of rainy. It's not raining right now, but it was pouring maybe like half an hour ago. Um, but yeah, I think that's weird. I don't know. I don't know why. The way I picture Barcelona was like always sunny, always warm, beach, but I kind of live in this area where it's a little bit a ways from the beach, maybe like 45 minutes through the metro, which isn't that bad, but I don't know. It's a lot different from where I live because I live in Rhode Island. I live on Aquidneck Island, which is an island off of Rhode Island, where there are three towns, and depending on where you live, you could be like 3 minutes from the beach. Walking, I live like the closest beach, I live about maybe 10 minutes away from it. It takes longer to walk to school here than it does for me to walk to the beach back in the States. I think I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's different. But yeah. Here I have my host mom and my host father. My host mom is Raquel, my host father is Mingo, and they're really nice. I like them a lot. They're actually a lot like my parents in the States. I guess that's why they chose me to host as their child from the States or wherever, just a foreign exchange child, foreign exchange student. I mean, I guess that's why they chose me because I don't know. I guess our personalities just kind of, our lives were some way connected in a way that I would do well with them. I have two host sisters. I mean, I'm glad I have siblings, but they're both girls and they're both younger than me, which is very new. Um, my normal family, I'm the middle child. So, I mean, I have an older sister and I have a younger brother. And my brother and I are 3 years apart, but my sister and I are 13. So it's a lot different. Like, our relationships are, I don't know, I feel like they would be more developed and more mature than, like, I would assume my host sisters are, because they argue a lot because they're 15 and 8. So it's a lot of crying, it's a lot of screaming, it's a lot of don't touch this is mine. And I mean, they share a room. And my room is right above theirs. So I have the pleasure of hearing that in the morning and at night and in the afternoon and on the weekends. Generally, they get along pretty well, though. So I'm not too worried about that. Uh, what else? What else can I talk about? I could talk about the language. Um, I don't know. I think my first maybe 4 days here, I was really hesitant to like even open my mind to Spanish and like speak it. I mean, I would listen to it, but I would kind of just like close my mind out and be like, "Oh, I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand it. I mean, I just got here." But then like after about 4 days, I really like just accepted it. It's like you know these things. If you actually just like listened and thought about it, took a minute to actually process it, you could figure out a majority of what they're saying. So after I got that through my head, I kind of like picked it up pretty quickly. I wouldn't say I'm a pro. I wouldn't say I'm good at Spanish, but I would say that it's a lot easier to socialize. I have a lot of friends. I can get through homework. Um, kind of. I mean, I have a few classes in Catalan, which is, I would say, a mixture between Spanish and French. And that's a lot harder than just normal Spanish because I don't know any French. And I've never heard Catalan before until right now. I kind of like it didn't really occur to me that I would be learning two languages in 9 months. So, I don't know. It is what it is, and I'm kind of psyched to see how I fare with that if I come back like home to the States knowing three languages or maybe just two and wanting to learn a third, but I don't know. My friend today, who's also using the same program as I am, he's from Alaska. He said to me, he comes up, he's like, I had the best dream last night. And I was like, all right, well, what was your dream? He's like, I mean, it was the end of the program, so it kind of sucked that we were leaving Spain. But I knew both languages. I knew Spanish and Catalan. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And that's when I really processed, like, the last few weeks, I've been incorporating Spanish into my dreams. And I think that's a huge step for me because, like, my father, he's from South America, and I always used to ask him, like, do you dream in Spanish or in English? And I never really, like, processed how it could be a mixture of both, how it could be neither, how it could just, like, I don't know, dreams are weird to me, but I've been dreaming in both languages. One thing that's a huge setback, though, is that there are 5 people in my school, 5 kids in my school who speak English pretty fluently. Um, one girl from Germany, another from Finland, and then the 2 other American boys. So, I mean, when I hang out with them, we only speak in English, except for the girl from Finland. I introduced her to my friends at our school, and I mean, when we're all together, we speak a lot of Spanish, and then if we have something important that neither of us knows how to say, we try to like help each other out to say it in Spanish. So I don't know, it's a lot of Spanglish going on. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see how like you translate in your mind and like what stuff you retain and what other people choose over what you know. And I don't know, I think it's cool of what I remember, what kind of just slips my mind, like it's whatever. Find that interesting. So I don't know what else to talk about. Oh, I miss my pets. I miss my animals. I have 2 cats and a dog. And then here I am in Spain for 9 months, and they don't have they don't even have a goldfish. I kind of just want to like come home one day with a little turtle, like a little baby turtle in a container, but I don't know. I feel like that's a bad idea. My friend in Santa Coloma, a lot of my friends from school live there. It's about like an hour and a half from my house here in Sampoy. She has a dog, so when I go there, I get to play with her dog, and I use the cute little like, oh, you're so adorable. Like I use the baby voice. I don't know. Feels good to let that out, like an animal. Animals bring me joy. So, oh, one thing that's a killer here drives me insane. I mean, I guess it's for the better considering most of what I watch is in English, but they don't have Netflix here. I've tried, I think, 5 times, hoping like maybe it's just like late or I don't know what I think, but I feel like when I try it, it's like I get closer to actually getting it to work. They don't have Netflix. No Netflix, so I don't get to watch my shows. I don't get to keep up with any of it. So I don't know how I'm going to fare when I go back, or if I can find a website where I can watch my shows and keep myself updated. Breaking Bad is one show that I watch. I missed the finale because that's when I like first got here. But I have a friend just who's so kind to spoil the ending on Facebook with details and everything. I won't mention them if you're watching this and you haven't seen it and happen to watch Breaking Bad. But yeah, so there's that. I don't really know what else to say. I don't know if you've seen 21 Jump Street, but it's kind of like ending a prayer. How do you end up the end? Can I say the end here? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this is my first video blog. I will be doing another one possibly okay. I will be doing one next Friday. It is mandatory of me. Maybe during the week because video blogs are fairly easy. I'll upload a few pictures, some videos, put captions, write a little bit, just in case I didn't get everything in this video or forgot that I said something, I may repeat it. Hopefully this video uploads. If not, then back to writing. All right, I will see you guys next week, or you will see me next week.